Welcome yogis to another class. Today we are going to practice Yin restorative kind of class to deeply relax your body and mind. So this is really to tap into your parasympathetic nervous system, into the rest and digest state, where the body begins to release metabolic juices, enzymes and hormones that help digestion. You are going to need as many props as you can, really. So grab all the pillows, couch cushions, blankets, everything that you have, and we are going to figure out during class how and what you will use in the postures. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and I will be there with you in a moment.
I would like to begin this class by folding up a blanket and finding something that you can put beneath you, beneath your upper body for supporting, for lifting up your chest. So you're going to sit with your buttocks in front of whatever you're using. I'm using 2 blocks in a blanket, but you could roll up a blanket into a thick roll, or you could just fold up a few blankets and put them one on top of the other, or if you have a few pillows or something like that. Remember also to adjust your clothes so that there is no wrinkles that are going to disturb or feel uncomfortable. And once you found a good place to rest for the next few minutes, please bring your soles of the feet together. Separate the knees in butterfly pose. Take your arms out to the side, palms facing up so that nothing touches your fingertips. And begin to find a calm and steady breath. When we are working with the parasympathetic nervous system, we usually put more attention on the exhalation. So I would like to ask you to deepen your exhale a little bit. Just take a natural inhale, and then as you breathe out, just try to extend that out breath a little bit. Your breath has a really strong effect on your nervous system, much more than any posture, any asana could have. So if you focus today on mastering your breathing, you will feel the greatest benefits from this class. And we are going to work with a few different variations of breathing out. But for now, just think of breathing in naturally and breathing out long and deep. Remember that you can stretch out your legs whenever you feel that there is too much sensation on the inner legs or hips. Or you can use some pillows to support the knees so that the stretch is not as strong. But the most important thing here is that you are able to completely relax your body. Feel your face softening, relaxing your jaws, your eyes, the forehead. Let everything within you and around you become soft and gentle. When thoughts arise, do your best to bring yourself back to your breathing. It's normal that thinking occurs when you are in a really still moment. The practice is to always bring yourself back, to use that awareness of finding yourself thinking about the future, about the past, about your to-do list, about anything that you need to solve in your life. Whenever you notice these thoughts coming up, it's an opportunity for you to guide yourself back to your breathing and to create a space within you where your mind can relax. Let's begin to release the pose. So bring the knees up. Take a breath here. And then lift yourself up. Either you can roll to one side or you can just come straight up, whatever is more comfortable for you. So we are going to fold the feet backwards, the feet pointing down, toes pointing back, and you're just gonna lie back onto your support. And this can be quite an intense pose, so you might need more support, more lifting for your whole upper body. So feel free to use as many pillows and blankets, everything that you have to create the angle that you need so that you can be in this stretch. If your ankles hurt, then I suggest that you put a blanket underneath your shins and let the feet drop off the blanket so that the pressure on the ankle is not so much. And if your knees hurt, then you can come up a little bit with your buttocks onto another support, onto a pillow, and slide a blanket into the crease of your knees, into the behind the knees, so that they are not so deeply bent. Alternatively, you can just simply stretch out the legs and stay in the chest opener without having the knees bent. So it should feel somewhat relaxing to you. If it does not, then let it go and just stretch out the legs or come back to butterfly pose that we just did before. So I'm aware that it takes a little while to set up this posture. Take your time. But once you arrive there, begin to deepen your breath again. Begin to relax your mind again. And a little bit between each pose and the next, we kind of come in and out of relaxation. And it's this ability to switch the parasympathetic system on and off, to go between, the thinking mind, the change, the adjustment, the mental activity, to deeply relaxing, to letting go. And it's this ability that we strengthen with each class, with each transition, where we hopefully are able to relax a little bit faster in each time we do it. And I will remind you again and again during this class to keep breathing a long and steady rhythmic breath, and to focus on your out breath. Just put a little bit more attention on your out breath. Let's lift the head up, press into your hands and lift yourself all the way up. Release the legs, take them forward. And we are going to massage the legs a little bit. Just give them a little bit of a wiggle. You can circle the ankles, stretch and point the toes. And then when you're ready, you're going to sit onto the right buttocks. The knees are both bent, one and at a little bit of a distance from the other. And then come back to your support. Find the right height again. For me today, it just seems to be working that height that I have for everything that I'm doing. But you might need to adjust a little bit. Take a pillow more or a pillow less, or a blanket more or less. But find something that you kind of can hug into, like into a warm big teddy bear. And this pose is a twist. So as you can see, your hip is open to the side, but your chest, your shoulders are parallel to the floor. So you want to have a sensation in this posture that your left shoulder is sinking down just as much as you can. Your chest is turning towards the earth, whilst your hips are turning towards the side. And we can try a new breathing technique now. So instead of just focusing a little bit more on the out breath, we're gonna add another layer, and we're gonna try and breathe out through the mouth. So open up your lips gently and just let the air brush through your lips. A natural inhale, and then a slow, gentle exhale out through your mouth, almost without sound. There's nothing forceful about that breath, nothing strong. It's a soft, gentle exhale through the mouth. And then let's repeat on the other side. So come up, push into your hands, turn around, sit onto the left buttocks now, knees just loosely next to each other, and you're gonna turn to the left, walk your hands forward, sink the right shoulder down, and then rest in your support. Let yourself be held by whatever is beneath you. Relax your face, your belly, your hips. And when you feel comfortable, come back to your breathing. If it felt good to breathe out through the lips, then repeat that again. And let the relaxation ripple down from your face all the way to your fingers, all the way to your toes. Scan your body for any residual tension. Maybe there is still somewhere where you are holding unconsciously. And do your best to relax every single cell in your body. Remember to draw attention back to the present moment, to this moment here on your mat. Every time you notice yourself drifting away into time. Prepare yourself to start to come up. Just draw the arms back underneath your shoulders, press into the hands, and lift yourself up to a seated position. Just cross your legs, interlace the fingers, and you're gonna take the arms up, palms facing up to the sky, and go from side to side, lateral stretches. Hands come back down. And we are going to turn around and set up for the straddle pose. So you can take something in front of you in order to have something to rest your elbows or your head on, and also take something underneath your buttocks to sit on. And maybe you're going to just sit straight here. You can have your hands behind you for support, or maybe your hands or arms are going to be in front of you on the blocks or on some books that you might have, or on your pillows, on your cushion. Find something that works for you. Remember, we are not looking for a very deep stretch. Don't go to your 100%, go to your 60 or 70%. So don't go all the way down that you could. And if upright feels a little bit strong, then you can always lean a little bit back and put your weight onto your hands behind you to make it more gentle. And then relax your head, let it just hang. Relax the legs, the feet. And if at any moment you notice an urge to yawn or to sneeze or even to cry, don't hold it back. Let everything bubble up, whatever it is. And yawning especially happens quite often in Yin Yoga classes. It's just a great sign that you're beginning to relax. So yawn as much and as big as you can. Another thing that feels great here is to sigh. So you could take a deep breath in through the nose and just initiate a sigh by opening your mouth and letting a little bit of sound coming out, whatever that sound might be. That's the benefit of online yoga, that you don't have anyone there listening and you don't feel as shy. So please go crazy, go wild with your sighing and sounds. Let's take another 5 deep breaths here, each breath being about 10-12 seconds. So you can inhale slowly and deeply about 5 seconds and exhale even longer, even deeper, about 6 or 7 seconds. Well done. Let's slowly lift the head up. Push yourself up if you are down. And then take your hands underneath your knees and use your hands to bring the knees in. Remove whatever you have in front of you so that we can do windshield wipers. So just drop the knees to one side, to the other side. Feet can be wider than your hips. And then turn around, facing again forward on your mat. Sit up onto your blanket, and we are going to take a seated forward bend. So bring something underneath your knees so the knees are comfortably bent with support. Could be a rolled up blanket, for example. I have a block right now, but if you have 2 blankets, you can use one underneath your buttocks and one rolled up blanket underneath your knees. Or you can sit on a pillow and put the blanket under your knees. And then if you have other props, you can use them to rest your head on. And I like to have my hands here just next to the body, palms facing up. There is no pulling, there is no pushing, but the palms facing up is a beautiful gesture of receptivity, of openness to all the blessings from the universe, to all the healing. And you may want to imagine carrying a beautiful healing light in your hands. Or maybe you imagine yourself as if you were holding a warm, beautiful stone in your hands that is just relaxing your fingers and arms. And we are going to hang out here for about another 2 minutes, so Come back to your long, deep breath. I will leave you a little bit in stillness so that you can go deep within yourself. Deep breath out, and then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly begin to lift yourself up. Be very gentle. The head will come up last. And once the head is up, you can take a few very soft circles with your neck. Maybe you'll take semicircles, just going from one side to the other. Or if you feel comfortable, then take full circles. Changing directions as well. Breathing deeply as you circle your head. Bring your head back to the center. Remove all the props, all the pillows, blankets that you were using. Put them to the side, and we are going to lie down on your back with the knees bent and bring something underneath your sacrum. So the sacrum is not the lower back, it's a little bit below, but it's also not completely underneath the buttocks, okay? So it's the area between the buttocks and the lower back. And if you feel uncomfortable, then you know that probably the support is not at the right place. So just move it around until you feel comfortable. If you have something a little bit more firm, that works really great for this pose, this supported bridge pose. But if you don't have, then again, a few pillows, a few blankets, or a stack of books can work really great. And just let your sacrum sink down into your support. We are here warming gently the upper back. There is a very soft pressure on the shoulder area, and that's gonna release tension from the upper back, the shoulders, increasing circulation just by that pressure that we are putting gently on that area. And it's also a beautiful counter pose for what we just been doing for the last 20 minutes. Let's take the legs up into the air and lift one leg up, the other leg up, And maybe once you are up, you feel as if the blocks or whatever you're using are not exactly at the perfect spot. So usually that means we have to readjust them a little bit, maybe slide them a little bit more back towards the head, depending on where you've put them, but see that you feel stable. And I like to bend the knees a little bit. It just takes a little bit of stretch out of the hamstrings and you can remain up there being a bit more comfortable. And this is called Viparita Karani. Usually this is done against the wall. And it's a very relaxing, very soothing posture. Really great to move the lymphatic fluid as well. Great for the immune system. But amazing also to relax and calm the mind. In general, this class is really great also to do before bed as a sleep time practice. Be present here by observing the sensations in your body. Feel the feet, the toes. And in a moment when we are going to take the legs back down, I invite you to really notice that sensation as the feet are coming down, that blood rushing back into the feet. Start bending the knees. And bring the feet one by one back down to your mat. Take a breath there. And push into your feet, lift the hips up, take a little bit of support out of the way. Just lower down a little bit if possible. And then lower down one vertebra at a time, back down to your mat. Let's roll over to one side, lift yourself up just for a moment to turn around and take a child's pose. You can do child's pose with knees wide or with knees together. Just enjoy being here for a few moments. Child's pose with the forehead down on the ground, on the mat, and the pressure on the forehead is this very, very relaxing and soothing pose for the nervous system. Feel the head being really heavy, resting. Take a few more calm, deep breaths. And then let's begin to lift ourselves back up onto all fours and lift the chest up. Go forward and then round your back, cat and cow pose. Inhaling to cow, lower the belly, lift the chest and the head. And then as you exhale, come to a neutral position, turn around. You can put everything aside, we don't need that anymore. Now it's just time to take Shavasana. So lie back and make yourself completely comfortable. It's time to rest now. It's time to absorb all the work that you have done. So do your best to maintain a focused mind, focused on your relaxation, until you drift into a state where you are between sleeping and being awake. You can scan your body from the toes all the way up to your fingertips and head. for any tension. If there is any place where you feel tight, where you feel like you're still holding, do your best to relax there. And just stay like that for a couple of minutes of stillness. Make the next breath a little bit deeper, and then begin to move your fingers, your toes, to circle your ankles, your hands. Give yourself a big stretch, activate your body. And when you're ready, bend your knees, roll over to one side. Rest there for another moment. And then push into your hands and come all the way up. Take a comfortable seat. You can use your blanket underneath your buttocks once again. Find an upright, straight position, chest lifted, chin a little bit lowered. And let's take about 3 breaths, just gently inhaling to a count of 4 and exhaling to a count of 6 or 7 or 8. The longer you can, the better, but without straining. So go ahead and begin to count. I'm going to guide you through one round. Inhale to 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue two more rounds on your own. And you can breathe out through your mouth as well here. After your third breath, gently blink your eyes open, lift your lips up into a smile. And welcome back to this world. Thanks for practicing with me.
I hope you enjoyed today's session and you feel more calm and relaxed. If you have any questions or you need help with one of the poses that I offered during this class, then please just reach out to me. I'm really happy to help you find a variation that works for you. Remember to come back to these classes as often as you can to continue working and relaxing and strengthening your parasympathetic nervous system. I will hopefully see you again next week for a new class. Until then, stay happy and safe. All the blessings. Namaste.